This is a demonstration of the SmartDraft inquiry tools. This video will demonstrate the area panel on the SD inquiry ribbon. The commands in this video are area. ASD is the command alias. This command displays or labels the area of a closed polyline. Let's look at the area command. Open the options. You can either select a single object, closed polyline or a hatch pattern, multiple objects, adding them together, or selecting points to outline an area. The output would be placing text in the drawing, replacing text that's already in the drawing, or just displaying the area on the screen near the crosshairs. You can display the square footage, or if you're in meters, the square meters, and if you want to, also the acreage. There are two settings, one being the layer and one being the text style that it's going to use to label that text if it's out to the drawing. Default would use a SmartDraft small text for text style, and the layer database that SmartDraft has, the index for this layer is 75, and I'll show you that later using the SmartDraft customization template. But if you want to put it on the current layer and use the current style, you can do that, and then you don't have to worry about the database at all. So first, let's just do a single lot or a single closed polyline and label it. I'm going to select this one right here and place the label there. You'll see that it did label it with the area, both in square footage and acres with the suffix that was given. And here's one of the interesting parts about this command. As you move this polyline around, you'll notice that the actual area is dynamically updated as you move this around. So it becomes intelligent labels, not just dumb text. A command very much like that is the next, area by point. This command allows you to display the area or label the area by picking a point, and it tries to find the enclosed area from that picked point. There are a couple of things to be mindful of when using this command. For one, areas like this where lines project out of the screen, it would not be able to calculate or might have trouble calculating the closed area. The line work has to be fully within the screen. The other is if there was some small gaps at these intersections of lines, it may have problems and would not be able to calculate that area. But this is in NAD83 coordinates, so they're very high, million plus coordinate values, and this can still find those enclosed areas. ARP is the command alias. Look at the options. I can select a single point, multiple points so that it adds up multiple areas. Tell it to leave a bound or create a boundary, so it creates a polyline boundary, and then later if you manipulate it just like the area command, it will update the area labels. Do you want to output the text and the screen? If you're wanting to use the feet in acres, do you want to have a prefix or suffix? And what are the decimal precision? Again, the same thing as it's related to what layer those labels will be placed on and what text style will be used. So since I said singular, I pick, and you see it's actually leaving a boundary. If I want to do other ones, see this one is, it was able to find that one. That one it wasn't able to find because it wasn't on the screen. But the moment I zoom out, it was able to find it. So you can see I can easily go through and find these areas. I can show you another method of doing it in a moment using points. See, I can't find that one because with the moment I zoom out so I can see all the line work, it allows me to find that closed area. Now we have this very large open space. I'm going to select that and see what happens. It actually is able to find it. We could do the same with this smaller area and this smaller area up here, these little open space areas. What it's doing is it's trying to find the centroid. So sometimes in areas that are very irregular, it may not label it exactly where you want, but this is just plain text. I can move it somewhere and it would be no problem. Now I was talking about how do you control the text height. You can either set it to current, or here you would set the horizontal scale. And if you want to control the text height, you'd go Plan View Small. You can change the name if you so choose, change the height, and change the font. And now it will start using that one that you have selected. There is a customization template manager built into SmartDraft, especially when you're using the full suite of products or the survey products. And you can go into the layer database, find index 75, the area layer, change this, and then now you'll put it on whatever your standards are for the area layer, color, line type. And then when it comes to new drawing settings, you can edit those, change the text height, Plan View Small, and now every time you open a drawing in the future, it will automatically use these values instead of the values that it used prior. That concludes the demonstration of the SmartDraft inquiry tools on the area panel. Thank you.